Okay, first things first, I oil it. So, putting the oil right. Can you see this? Not so easily. Well, anyway, I'm oiling the bearings, or the slides. I put a little oil there, I put a little oil on the bobbin, and I put a little oil on this bearing here, and on this side of this bobbin, and then on this treadle. And it's got a ball bearing in the wheel, so I don't need to oil that. I'm not going to oil the treadle. There are a couple shafts down there, but I'm not going to oil them just now. So I got that oiled, and now I got to get myself sat down here. So shut this off. Okay, so now I'm sitting down. Got the wheel. This is backwards, and this is forward. So I can go either way. I go backwards this way when I'm plying, when I'm spinning two yarns together in a two ply, and I go this direction when I'm spinning, making yarn. This thing's low, but there's no adjustment on this particular chair. It's a wooden chair. I'll stop this right about there. And I'm going to pull this just a little bit forward. All right. And now I think I'm about ready. Alright, now this bobbin has, I wonder if I can show this tensioning spring right here. There's a spring right here. Shoot, it's too bad. Anyway, there's a spring here and it's attached to a monofilament, looks like a fishing leader, and it goes over this bobbin here and down to a eye hook on this side and back over to a knob that you can't see on this back side. And when I tighten on this knob, it stretches this tighter and puts a stronger brake on this bobbin. Now, when the yarn is going around on it, this is the flyer here, and this is the bobbin. And of course, this is just a leader to get the yarn started. But so this thing here winds the yarn onto the bobbin. This flyer does. And depending on how tight you have this brake, if you have the brake set pretty tight, then it tries to jerk the line, the yarn out of your hands. It's pulling too hard. If you set it too loose, then it won't pull enough, and it over twists. So you have to kind of get a sweet spot there. This string is two strands, and it's getting tired, but that's okay, it still works. This here is a hook, and I put it down this orifice, and it comes out in here, and I hook the string over that hook and I pull it back through the orifice. I hope you can see that orifice. Maybe I should turn this back this direction some more. Okay, here's the orifice. There's where I'm going to be spinning into. That's quite a distance away. I'm going to set this over here for temporary. So I got that out and ready. And we'll see how this works. I've got to find some fiber here. There's the end. There it is. Here's the fiber. It's what they call roving. It's tops roving, which is a pretty long grain, which is nice. I mean, I can do what they call drafting, long drafting. That thing's a knot. Not supposed to have a knot in it. I'll see if I can fix that. Usually it just pulls through. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna, oh, there's a little piece of glue or something black. I'll get it out of there. Alright, so I'm gonna pull off about this much. And there it goes. And now if I was real good, I could just spin right off of this, you know, just drafting. But I found it much easier if I just pull off small swatches. And I'll lay them over here. There's one. I get about 4 or 5 in here. And here's another one. It's less for me to fuss with while I'm drafting, particularly at this stage of the game. I am pretty interested in just producing yarn at the moment, not trying to do a whole lot of fancy. Of course, this is art yarn because I will make mistakes and put gobs in, and instead of it being just a real consistent thickness. Okay, there's 4 pieces there. And can I split that? I'm going to try. That's getting pretty thin, but I think I can make it. Alright, I'll set that. I'll just lay that right there. Alright. Now we've got this. I'm going to kind of pull it loose here. Get it all foofy. This is out too far, so I'll just let it wind up a little bit. Lay this fiber over this string. Probably should have stretched, but I'll put it up a little farther here. Okay. I'll get my foot on the thing, and ooh, that's pulling pretty hard. Take that slack off a little bit there. And I think I got it going here. Ooh, my goodness, that was really thin. This goes another thin. Yeah, I hope I can get a little better here pretty soon. Okay. Looks like I finally got it consistent. Pretty fine yarn right now. I usually spin a little bit thicker than that, but I can go with this. It's going to be 2-ply when I get done. Now if I over twist, it gets a little kinky, and if I under twist, then it fuzzes out and has no strength. So I think I'm going pretty consistent. Now it's about the right thickness. Oh, now it's getting a little thin again. Okay, there I go. That's a good thickness. I'm not doing much long drafting, and I would have thought I could by now, but as well. And hopefully you can see me pulling it off. My left hand is holding the fiber, the right hand is pulling it. Then I let the right hand slip back toward the left hand, and allows the twist to come back toward the left hand. And then I grab it and pull, and I release the left hand a bit to allow the fiber to get pulled. And so it's a kind of a orchestrated thing between my left and my right hand. Right hand is pulling and letting it slip, and the left hand is allowing the fiber to slip past it to pull it. And this is called drafting. And can you see? I think you can see it winding up on the bobbin. Every time I pull this forward, I allow it to wind onto the bobbin, and then when I hold on to it and pull my hand back and get a twist going on it, it stops the bobbin starts spinning with the yarn, and the yarn's pulling the bobbin around. So the adjustment on the brake depends on how hard it's going to pull on me. Right now it looks like it's doing a pretty good job. It's about the right kind of pull. As the bobbin starts getting fuller, I sometimes have to put a little more tension on it because there's more leverage. Now see, that got pretty thin, but I think I can maybe make it. Now I'll move this down to another hook and grab another piece of yarn here. Grab this one, and that's a pretty thin piece of yarn. I didn't intend it to be so thin, but that's okay. I think I can live with that. Get it out here and start spinning it. And okay, there we go. Oops, there's a gob. I'm gonna let the gob go get a little long draft. Oh, got a little thick there. Oh, there's a piece of something went through, but that's okay. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to get a little over twist on it, I think. Maybe I can demonstrate that here when I get a chance to stop. Now I'm peeling, it was spinning a little thick, now it's starting to thin down a little. Yeah, I can adjust the thick and thin by how much I let it pull out of my left hand. And again, I'm getting some over twist if I don't start paying attention here. Yeah, I'm not very consistent this morning or this evening. I'm spinning a little thick and thin, for me anyway. But it is art yarn. It's supposed to have gobs in it. So I do. And I'm about to the end of this. Getting pretty thin here. Okay. Now, if I hold on to this and let it go, you see how it winds up on it. It's pretty close, but it's kind of getting close to over twist. Now I'll move this up another notch here, get it over here, back this up a bit. Okay, another gob of yarn. And get it on there. People that know how to do this can do this with ease. Me, I usually kind of make a gob out of it. There we go. Okay. There you can see. You can kind of tell with the fiber that's coming into my right hand, if it starts to get thick. You can see it there pretty easy. I can regulate how much is coming through with that. It takes both hands actually, I suppose. Left hand to hold it and let it slip just enough to let the fibers move. Right hand is you just pull short tugs or longer drafts if it allows it. It hasn't been allowing it so much. If I was going to spin a little thicker yarn, I could maybe do a longer draft, and if I made the little swatches thinner, I suppose then I could more easily do a longer draft. But the swatch, or this, whatever you want to call this, it's got an ample amount of fiber in there, so I have to keep pulling it to make it thin enough to satisfy me. And it's looking pretty good now. I think it's going to work. So this is it. I don't know how much more I can say about it. Get done, I don't know if I'll go through, I suppose I'll go through all of these swatches and then I'll edit the video and finish off of whatever looks good, I suppose.
I'm driving down an empty freeway, no waiting for the light to change. I'm seeing the sunrise behind me.
Alrighty then, this is a niddy noddy. What I use to wind a skein of yarn. It's 60 inches of one full cycle, or 5 foot I think it is. So by counting the strands, when you get it on here, you can tell how many feet of yarn you actually have. Now I'm going to loosen this up a bit here on my break on the bobbin and see if I can find the end of my yarn. Looks like it's about right there. There's the end of my yarn. Looks pretty funky, but that's okay. Okay, so I hold on to the end of my yarn, and then I wrap it over here and down there and over there and down here and back over here, down there, up here, down there, over here, down there, up here, down there. And hope you're getting this. I really can't tell. That looks like I am. Okay. Anyway, so this, I'm going to turn that around a little bit. Yeah, okay. Easier to pull straight off of the bobbin. Bobbin. So this will probably get speeded up pretty quick too. This will get a whole lot of boring.
I'm driving down an empty freeway. No waiting for the light to change. I'm seeing the sunrise behind me.
should tie it. Where am I going to put this? Right there. I need to put ties on it, hold that yarn. There's a little extra yarn here. This rubber band off. And find an end here someplace. And then I'll tie it. Get that back out here. Okay. Scissors. This is kind of precarious. Oh, I don't know if you can even see it. But I'm going to tie little ties on these to keep the yarn from going every which way. So there's one tie. Come back here. Another tie. Should leave it loose so the water can get in through there. Very loose tie works. Oh, come on. Oop. Another tie. And one more tie. Ta-da! When it's loose like that, it just has no strength. See, it just comes apart. Has to have twists in it. Okay, so now I got that tied. Now I just pull it off of this thing. And there it goes. And I take this and twist it. And stick one in through this to make a nice ball. Had no idea that the camera was upside down while I was shooting it. Sorry about that, but hey, it still works. You can see what's going on. I guess that's all that's really important. I'm about to wash the fiber now in the sink, and I'll add a little wool shampoo, I guess you'd call it. You know, it's a soap for anything made out of wool. That's it right there. I'm about ready to squirt it in. Squirt. And that takes care of that. So I'll fill up this bowl and let it soak for about 20 minutes, and then I'll be back on to drain it and squeeze it out and spin it dry and so on.
The past life we're dead. I'm reaching for only what's left. I'm dreaming of a future that I'm driving down an empty freeway. No waiting for the light to change. I'm seeing the sunrise behind me.
Okay. Now I thrap it. 3, 4, and I go to the next tie and thrap it again. And go to the next tie and thrap it again. One time more. Okay. Now I gotta get a couple hangers out of here. And now I pull it like so. And like so. put it on a hanger, and hang it up to dry. Take the next one and wrap it. And I pull it. On the hanger. All done.